So the dent that you're getting ready to see is partly because I decanted some of it, but it's also partly because I have been wearing her. I wanted to see what she was like. Hello, my fellow fragrance lovers. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica, and on this channel, I speak about fragrances. That's right, over the top, fabulous fragrances. If this is your first time seeing my face, then welcome. For all of my returning subscribers, hey girl, hey. I would also like to acknowledge all of the new ladies that have subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I am so happy to have you here because on this channel, we love fabulous over-the-top fragrances and we love laughing and having a great time. That is why I call it Jessica's Fragrance Shenanigans, where fragrance is definitely a lifestyle. As you have seen from the title, today I will be bringing you my choice of 12 of the top fragrances in my collection that are perfect for this hot weather that we are currently having. Now, since you've already clicked on the video, you're obviously interested, so let's get into the video because there's quite a few that I want to go over with you, and I don't want to do a whole lot of chit-chatting, but let's just get into the video. Now, this first fragrance that I'll be bringing to y'all, I have not heard a lot of people talking about her. When it first came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago, it did get some content creators talking about her, but not a lot. And I don't understand why, because it really is a beautiful fragrance. And the fragrance that I'm referring to is none other than Azure Crystal. Y'all, this is a beautiful fragrance that is going to be perfect for wearing to the beach or if you're going to a pool party. This is the fragrance that I am going to be pulling for when I go out to be near water. This fragrance, it's not what I would classify as tropical, but it definitely has like that salty feel to it that just screams, take me to the beach. And this one, y'all, it's sweet, it's citrus, it's aromatic, it's very feminine, it is beautiful. Oh, it is so pretty. It's very affordable, y'all. Like, for this 100 ml bottle, I paid under $100 for this. And I purchased it from So Avant-Garde. I'm not sure what it is now, but I do know when I purchased it a year and a half ago that it was under $100. And that is Azure Crystal by Thalia Sodi. And it is a gorgeous fragrance that is perfect for wearing either poolside or when you're going to be walking on the boardwalk, you're going to be lounging in the sun, you know, underneath that umbrella, because some of us run from the sun, but some of us run to it. So this is a beautiful fragrance to wear when you're going to be near water. And I definitely say this is an easy reach. I mean, just gorgeous. Definitely get yourself a sample. They do have a discovery kit, which is how I purchased the fragrance initially. I got the discovery kit and I found all of the ones that I loved, and that's how I purchased them. So like I said, it is under $100. I purchased it from So Avant-Garde, and it is a beautiful fragrance, perfect for this hot weather that we're having, especially if you're going to the beach or the pool. Now this next fragrance, y'all, I don't even know how to really describe it because it's new to my collection. And when I purchased it, I got it from a discovery kit, again, that I had purchased. And I knew that I wanted the fragrance because it is very, very pretty. Now, I have heard people call this house stuffy. I've heard them call it old. I've heard them call it just words that, you know, that aren't really important. Because to me, the fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. And the fragrance that I'm referring to is none other than this cute little baby right here, Artemisia by Penhaligon. I got the 30 ml because I wasn't sure if I wanted to commit to the full size bottle, but this is more than enough for me for right now to just get my nose on and see if, you know, it'll fit well into my collection. And thus far, it has. I got this last year, and the first time I sprayed it, I was like, oh, you a little different. I was like, oh, girl. I think what caught me off guard was I wasn't expecting it to be as green as it is. It's a little green, but that does die down as the fragrance, you know, matures onto your skin. And it's also a little woody. But it is beautiful. It is a beautiful amber floral fragrance that is sweet. It is perfect for just on these hot days when you want to reach for something, you want to smell nice, but you don't want it to be cloying, and you don't want something that, you know, the bees are going to chase you, because, you know, we're all outside, and the bees, they are disrespectful, if you ask me. If you're smelling sweet, oh, that bee is coming for you. If you wear Artemisia by Penhaligon, you really don't have to worry about that, because it is sweet, but it's also woody. It's a little powdery, as well as it has that green note up at the top. But like I said, it does dry down. This is a gorgeous fragrance for this hot weather. Now the longevity, when I wore it, I've only worn it once. She lasted about 4 hours. So that was more than enough for what I was doing. But if you purchase this, you would definitely want to decant it, because she's not going to last very long, y'all. She's not going to last at all. But when I tell you that it is beautiful, it is a beautiful, powdery, woody, slightly green, white floral fragrance. Definitely perfect for this hot weather that we're having. Definitely want to get your nose on it and test it out. And like I said, I've heard some negative comments about, you know, the whole brand itself, about, you know, because it's British, and, you know, what they say about, you know, how British people are. I don't know, because I don't personally know any British people. All I know is that this is a gorgeous fragrance. I'm glad I have it in my collection. And I say that if you get your nose on it, you might like it as well. So make your own decision. Don't go by what other people are saying, because just because they don't like it doesn't mean that you won't. Artemisia by Penhaligon. Definitely a beautiful fragrance. Definitely worth you testing it out to see if it will fit in your collection. Now this next fragrance, y'all, she is not a stranger to my collection. I have quite a few by this brand, and I fell in love with the first time I smelled it. The fragrance that I'm referring to, y'all, is none other than Venice by Chanel. This one right here, y'all, is listed as an amber fragrance, and it is, again, something that is perfect for this hot weather we're having. This fragrance, y'all, now when I initially smelled this in store, I wasn't sure if I was going to purchase this, because I'm not a big fan of violet, and that's the first thing that my skin actually grabbed when I sprayed this on skin in store. But it is a beautiful fragrance, and when it dried down, it was powdery and it was citrus, but I still smelled that violet, but it was not as prominent. It is a beautiful fragrance, y'all. Again, she's not going to last for very long. I only got about 4.5 to 5 hours out of this one. But while she was blooming, honey, she was blooming. Now, again, because it's a light fragrance, she does not have a huge sillage. Like, she didn't announce my presence into the room. The people really have to be like within your space to actually smell this fragrance on you. But she's a stunner. And for this one, I would wear this to like a cute little lunch. If, you know, hanging out with the girls, you know, you got your little cute sundress on. Even if you have on a pair of shorts with some cute little Nike runners or whatever type of runners that you rock, cute little crossbody, your sunshades on. This is a perfect fragrance for that type of event. She's beautiful. Like I said, she's not going to last for very long, but while she's doing her thing, she is doing her thing. Again, this is Venice by Chanel. Does not have the aldehyde, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can definitely get this at any Chanel counter that I've seen thus far. It was not boutique exclusive. I have seen this in the stores near me. So if you're interested, definitely try to get your nose on it and see if you fall in love with it. Like I said, it's perfect for this hot weather that we're currently having, and she will definitely stand out. But again, she's not going to announce your presence, but when they're within your immediate bubble, within your immediate circle, they will smell you, and they will probably ask, you know, girl, what you wearing? Because you smell a little nice there. She's soft, she's inoffensive, definitely worth you adding to your collection. If you choose to get a sample of it, test her out and see how well she works on your skin. That is Venice by Chanel. Now this next fragrance that I'm going to be bringing to you is an amber floral fragrance, and she was specifically made for bedtime wear. But I discovered one day, quite by accident, that she is not just for the bedroom, y'all. She can actually be something that you can wear out during the daylight hours. And the fragrance that I am referring to is none other than Miss Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privée. This beauty right here, like I said, was initially created for bedtime wear. It's a lighter fragrance than the original Coco Mademoiselle. Well, y'all, she is perfect for daytime wear. This fragrance smells just like the original Mademoiselle. It's just lighter. This fragrance, y'all, is a stunner, a stunner. When I wore her, she lasted again maybe 4.5, 5 hours, but this musky rose citrus powdery beautiful number, y'all, she is perfect for these hot weather days. As well as if you like Coco Mademoiselle, but you find that it's a little too intense for you and you would like to wear something a little lighter, this one I think would definitely probably fit the bill a little easier for you, because like I said, it is a lighter version of Coco Mademoiselle. The same DNA, it's the rose, the musty, the powdery, the citrus, the same thing. It's just in a lighter version, and she is beautiful. Don't just keep her hidden for the bedroom, because she is gorgeous during the daylight hours as well. 4.5, 5 hours tops is what I got. But again, I layered this with the Coco Mademoiselle body cream, and she will last a little bit longer, but for the most part on skin, she's only going to last about 4.5 hours. But if you spray heavy like I do and you layer with the body cream, you'll get about 6 good hours out of this one. So this is Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privée. Definitely worth being worn during the daylight hours. She's not just for the bedroom, y'all. She is great for just those gorgeous days that you're spending out in the sun. Give it a try. Like I said, I will wear this. When I wore her out, I was actually hanging out with some friends and we went to the museum. And everybody kept asking me like, girl, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? And I'm like, Coco Mademoiselle. I was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. Because she's lighter. And one of the girls was like, I don't even like Mademoiselle, but you smell really pretty. And so when we came back to my house, I let her spray it, and she actually ended up purchasing a bottle because she liked it just that much. This was the lighter version that worked for her. So just in case, if you don't like the original Coco Mademoiselle, definitely give the L'Eau Privée a chance. It might actually just still work for your collection if you give it a chance. That is Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privée. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. Now, this next fragrance, y'all, is something that is new to my collection. I haven't even hauled it for y'all yet. So the dent that you're getting ready to see is partly because I decanted some of it, but it's also partly because I have been wearing her. I wanted to see what she was like, see how long she lasted, and see if I was going to be disappointed in this house. The fragrance that I'm referring to, y'all, is a new one by Jo Malone, and it is called Sea Daffodil. Have you smelled this one yet? I was quite surprised when I was in the Saks and the girl was like, give it a try. And I'm like, now we all know that Jo Malone is not known for lasting long. And the rep actually told me that their fragrances were intended to be layered with other Jo Malone fragrances. And I'm like, I had no idea that that was the purpose of a Jo Malone fragrances, to layer them with each other. I'm like, girl, that's the best kept secret going, because I didn't know that. But anyway, Miss Sea Daffodil, y'all, she's light, she's airy, she's perfect for this hot weather right now. She is oh so pretty. I was so surprised that I like this because it's sweet, it's citrus. But she is so pretty. She's a little vanilla-y, she's powdery, she is beautiful. Now, she did last 5 good hours. I didn't like spray Molecular One on top of her or anything. I just wanted to see what she was going to do on her own before I started, spraying Molecular One on top. This one, y'all, she did not disappoint. 5 good hours is what I got from her on skin as well as on my clothes. Now, I did notice the next day when I was sorting my clothes to put them in the laundry, I could still smell this on the blouse that I had on. So it does last longer on clothing, but on skin, 4.5 to 5 hours was the max that I have ever gotten out of her. Like I said, I've only worn her once, and you see by the dent that I really had to overspray in order to make her last as long as she did. But y'all, this powdery, citrus, vanilla, beautiful fragrance right here, it's definitely worth you getting your nose on. It's not like any other Jo Malone that I've ever smelled. This one is so pretty. She's light, she's airy, she's just really, really pretty. Perfect for hot weather, perfect for those humid days when you want to smell pretty, but you don't want your fragrance to be cloying. This one, y'all, foots the bill. But like I said, you're definitely going to have to go in heavy with the sprays. You definitely want to have to make sure that you decant before you leave the house, because if you're going to be gone for longer than 4.5, 5 hours, she's not going to last. So you definitely will have to top her, but it is definitely worth it. In my opinion, it is worth it. I would suggest that you get your nose on it and see, you know, if you like it. Like I said, it's not like any other Jo Malone I have ever smelled. It is a beautiful, beautiful citrus vanilla fragrance. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. That is Sea Daffodil by Jo Malone. Now this next fragrance, again, is another one that I have not hauled for y'all. So again, you're going to see this one again. But I wanted to include it into today's list because it is perfect for this type of weather, and it was specifically bought so that I can do this video. Now this brand, this is the first fragrance that I have ever purchased from this brand. And what brought it onto my radar was Denise Adore. She kept talking about hibiscus something. I forget the name. Something hibiscus something. Which is what I thought I had purchased when I was in Sephora, but apparently I was wrong. And I thought I did something. I just shot off a quick DM like, girl, I bought the perfume. I bought doesn't so. She was like, that's not what I have. Well, needless to say, I have a different one, but I did fall in love with it. And the fragrance that I'm talking about, y'all, is by Nest, and it is called Golden Nectar. Now, first and foremost, I am so not a fan of the bottle. I know I could be the only one who feels like this, but I'm not a fan of the bottles. And that was the first thing that kept me from purchasing any of the fragrances, because I don't like the bottle. That's just how I feel. But this, y'all, is listed as an amber fragrance. And it's really, really pretty. Now, she only lasted 5 hours. And the slight dent that you see in here is from the very first time that I wore her. And this one is sweet and it's a little musky. But it is so pretty, so feminine. When I sprayed this, it was super duper hot that day. And when it dried down to a beautiful, powdery vanilla fragrance, y'all, I was so pleased with this fragrance. The performance of it, I was very pleased with it. Like I said, it only lasted for 5 hours. But for those 5 hours, it did smell. It smelled beautiful. And again, this is not going to be a huge sillage monster. Like, it does not announce your presence. The people really have to be in your immediate vicinity in order to be able to smell you. Like what I call, you know, my personal space. They really have to be in your personal space to actually really smell this fragrance, because it's just not a loud projector. This is something that I say is perfect for, like, if you want to wear fragrance to the office and you're concerned about, you know, your coworker and them being offended or bothered by your fragrance. This is not going to offend anyone. This is a beautiful citrus vanilla fragrance that dries down to a beautiful, powdery, gorgeous, feminine fragrance. She is so pretty to me. She is so pretty. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. Now, I did notice that, I don't know if it's just my skin or if that's just how it is, but I was smelling just slightly musky from the fragrance. Not body odor musky, but that musky scent that you get from fragrances. This is a beautiful fragrance, and that is Golden Nectar by Nest. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. Beautiful fragrance. Now, Nest does have a discovery set of all of their fragrances. I would highly suggest that you purchase it and see which one works for you. I got this one, like I said, I thought I was buying the one that Denise was talking about, but I bought something different, and I'm really glad I have it in my collection. So now I still got to go back to Sephora and get my nose on that hibiscus one, but for now, this is definitely going to be used for this summer. A beautiful fragrance, perfect for this hot weather that we're having right now. Now this next fragrance, y'all, let me just preface this by saying, out of all the ones that I have talked about thus far, this one has got to be my favorite. This, again, is nothing that y'all have seen before. It will be seen, you'll see it again when I do the haul. And this one, y'all, was so talked about for the past year and a half. And then thus far this year, I have not heard anyone talk about her, and I don't understand why, because it is such a beautiful fragrance. The fragrance that I'm talking about, y'all, is none other than Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. This is listed as an amber vanilla fragrance, y'all. And when I tell you it is beautiful, it is beautiful. This one, y'all, I'm gonna spray her on skin because I absolutely love sandalwood, and sandalwood is in the base of this fragrance. This is such a beautiful vanilla amber fragrance, y'all. She is soft, she's spicy, just a little bit. She's powdery, she's slightly musky. This is such a beautiful feminine fragrance, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is so gorgeous. This is perfect, 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 in my opinion, for hot, humid weather. This, y'all, is not going to choke you out. She is just going to hang around and just smell good. She is not going to have a huge sillage. She's not going to offend anyone. This one, y'all, you can wear this to the office. You can wear this for running errands. You can wear this when you go to the beach. This is just an easy reach fragrance, in my opinion. This is her, y'all. Really is that. This is her. Like, this is that girl that can be worn for any different occasion other than sexy. She's not sexy. She's date if it's like a lunch date. But this is not something that I would wear with my husband. Like, this is, unless we were just like going out, hanging out. But like if we were doing like a date, no, I wouldn't pull for this one. But if we were just going to like maybe like a Fridays or a Chili's or something like that, then yeah, it's just perfect for that. But anything more upscale, no, because this is a very casual fragrance. But when I tell you, the amber vanilla in this fragrance is a stunner. And then that sandalwood, baby, in the base, OMG. If you like sandalwood, you will like this fragrance. She is such a beautiful fragrance. Like, I don't understand why no one is talking about her, because she is definitely great for like this time of year. Like, she is beautiful. I love this fragrance. I think I'll probably wear this one tomorrow for my scent of the day, because she is just that pretty to me. Like I said, this is an amber vanilla fragrance, easy reach fragrance, perfect for just those easy runs when you don't know what you want to wear, but you know you want to smell pretty and feminine. This is her, will fit that occasion, y'all. She is a beautiful fragrance. If you have not smelled her, definitely worth you getting your nose on. Now this next fragrance, y'all, is a beautiful fragrance. It is by the house of Hermes. This is the first time I've ever had anything by this line, and when I tell you, I am not disappointed. I sprayed and wore the heck out of this one last summer. And the fragrance that I'm referring to, y'all, is Un Jardin sur la Lagune by Hermes. I'm not sure if I said it right, but I did the best I could, y'all. This is a floral, salty, slightly aquatic, white floral citrusy fragrance. And when I tell you, she did not disappoint at all last summer. This is the dent that I got. Now, I got her last summer. I got her at the beginning of last summer, and this is the dent that I put in her last summer. Oh my gosh. She's salty. Like I said, she's aquatic. She's citrus. Oh my gosh. It is so pretty to me. Oh, yes. She will not disappoint. This is an amber floral fragrance, y'all, that is definitely gorgeous, worth you getting your nose on. I know it's from a collection of, I think it's 4 of them. I have only smelled this one and the one that has the green bottom. Those are the 2 that I like. This is the only one that I have thus far from the line. But this one, y'all, is beautiful. Like I said, it's a citrus, woody, aquatic, slightly salty. You do smell that saltiness in this fragrance. And that saltiness lasts throughout the life of the fragrance. But it's not, you know, it's not offensive where it would actually be something that would get on your nerves. It just blends in so well with this fragrance. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Perfect for humid weather. When I wore this, like I just felt fresh. Although it was a scorcher out that day, I didn't, like, like when the breeze finally did go by, like I did feel like slightly cool. Like it has like a cooling effect, in my opinion. It has like a little cooling effect. And that is Jardin sur la Lagune by Hermes. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. And if you can't remember what all that name is when you go to the store, just ask them for the one that's got the orange bottom by the Hermes line. They'll know what you're talking about. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. Beautiful fragrance. Now this next fragrance, y'all, you're going to know by the dent that I have put in the bottle whether or not I like her or not. And the dent speaks for itself. This fragrance, y'all, is a beautiful fragrance that is perfect for right now. I'm not even going to drag it on. I'm talking about none other than La Rose by Delina. This floral, fruity fragrance right here, y'all. I know y'all have probably smelled La Rose by now, but if you have not, this one is slightly musky, slightly powdery in my opinion. She's floral, she's citrus, she's rose, she's fruity. Oh, she is gorgeous. She is nothing, in my opinion, she's nothing like Delina, the original. She is a watery version of Delina. She does not have that rhubarb note in her. She's not like scratchier in your face. She's beautiful. She's soft. She's watery. She's floral. She's citrusy. She's a little aquatic. She's a little powdery. She's a little musky. She is that girl. La Rose, y'all, is a beautiful fragrance. You can tell by the dent in this bottle that she has gotten used, okay? This one I got at the beginning of summer last year, and this is what I've put in her thus far. I would imagine by the time this summer is over with, I might be close to needing a new bottle. This one is a little citrus, like I said. She does not have that rhubarb note in it. She is watery. She is beautiful. She's very feminine. This one, when I wear her, I promise you, I've never worn this fragrance and not been complimented. The last time I wore this fragrance, I believe I got 3 compliments within walking into that store. I believe in not JC Penney, Lord Jesus. I was in either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I can't remember which one it was, whichever one it was. When I walked past those ladies, because I was in the candle aisle, they were like, oh, what's that smell? Of course, you know, I'm looking for a candle, so I'm really not paying attention to what they're doing or talking about. And one of the ladies said to me, she said, excuse me, miss, but what are you wearing? Because you just light this aisle up. And I was like, oh, La Rose by Delina. And so, of course, you know, they wanted all the information. So I was kind enough to write it down for them, and I let them know where I purchased it from. But y'all, I have never worn this fragrance and not been complimented. She is very feminine. Definitely a beautiful fragrance for you to wear during these hot, scorchy days. She will not disappoint. She lasts a good 10 hours. I promise you. And on clothes, like she lasted for like 3 days on my clothes before I washed it. So La Rose will not disappoint. Now, is she a beast like her sister Delina? No, but in her own right, she is still a beast. She's not going to leave this huge sillage behind you, but people will still smell you. You don't have to worry about, you know, whether or not you're going to offend, because this soft, beautiful, like I said, powdery, citrus, gorgeous, slightly musky fragrance, she's not going to disappoint y'all. Definitely try to get your nose on it if you have not smelled her. And then you know that the oil is coming out. So, you know, another thing that I do when I wear this is I layer it with the body cream. So after I've showered, of course, you know, with the Delina shower gel, you know, that's a must. In my opinion, that's a must, but that's a, you know, high price tag for some shower gel. But, you know, fragrance lovers are going to spend the money regardless. So after I've showered with the Delina shower gel, then I lotion my body down with the body cream by Delina. And then I go in all ham with this. Now, I have used the Turkish Rose oil by Nest, but since Delina has come out with their own oil for this, of course I'll be purchasing that to layer it with as well. But y'all, this fragrance will not disappoint. If you layer this with the body cream, you will still get great longevity. And I mean, depending on what you're doing, if you need the fragrance to last past 10 hours, then, you know, top it off if you need to. But I never have had to top this fragrance off. Like I said, with all of the layering that I have done with it, it has not disappointed, and it has lasted, whenever I was wearing it, it lasted through to the end of the day or until I showered. So La Rose, definitely worth you getting your nose on if you have not tried her. Now, do you need all three in your collection? It's up to you, really. I don't personally like the original Delina. I don't care for their rhubarb note, but I do have Delina exclusive, and I have this one. So that's more than enough for me. And then, like I said, I'm going to be adding the oil. So this one right here will not disappoint if you get your nose on her. Let me know. Do you own this one? Have you worn this one? What are your thoughts about La Rose? Tell me. You know, I told y'all, you know I'm nosy. What are your thoughts on La Rose? Please leave me a comment and let me know. Now, have you subscribed to the channel, girl? Because I done told y'all that the algo and the rhythm be gossiping. The algo and the rhythm always runs over and tells numbers that you watch the videos, but you're not subscribed. So then numbers runs and tells comments that not only do you watch the videos faithfully, but you don't comment either. So girl, please take this time right now to thumbs up the video, leave me a comment, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification button so that you do not miss any of my content as I upload. It will notify you every time I drop a new video. I would love for you to join the fragrance shenanigans over here because we have fun on this channel. Now, back to the fragrances. Now, this next fragrance, y'all, is listed as an amber floral fragrance, and it is none other than Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. Now, if you didn't know, this is the lighter version to the original Soleil Blanc. As you see, I got the big bottle because this one, because it is the lighter version, I have to overspray this one. Whereas with the original, I really don't have to overspray it. This, like I said, is listed as an amber floral fragrance, as well as it is a little citrusy to me. Yep, you got that citrus right at the top. I believe it has bergamot in it, if I'm not mistaken. This is so pretty. It, like I said, it is a lighter version of the Soleil Blanc. And you know what? Like, to me, it smells different than the original Soleil Blanc. The original Soleil Blanc has that whole coconut vibe to it. And this one does not, in my opinion. This one does not have the coconut vibe to it. This one is sweet, it's musky, it's it does have that heavy amber vanilla note to it that is so gorgeous. To me, that's what takes the place of the coconut, in my opinion. You know, just, you know, what I've surmised, that the amber vanilla takes over from the coconut, which is in the original Soleil Blanc. But this one, y'all, is beautiful. Like I said, because it's the lighter version, you definitely will have to overspray this one. She's not going to last as long as the Soleil Blanc, so you would definitely want to decant it. If you're going to be out for longer than 4 hours, I would definitely suggest you decant this. Now, I also layer this with, I believe I've always paired it with the Turkish Rose body oil by Nest to help it, because I believe that there's rose in the notes for this particular fragrance. So I've always layered this with the Turkish Rose to help it last a little bit longer. And then you already know that I'm going to spray Molecular one on top of it. But y'all, this musky, beautiful citrus fragrance She is beautiful. Like I said, it has that, it's an amber floral fragrance, and it is stunning, stunning. I would not wear this at nighttime because for me, it's just not heavy enough. And you know, y'all already know I like them hot and heavy, and like I'm in your face, announce my presence. This one is going to do none of that. This one is just going to chill. You know, she's easygoing, she's laid back. She's going to project, but they would have to be within your immediate scent bubble in order to be able to smell you. She's, like I said, she's only going to last about 4.5 hours max, and then you're going to have to refresh her. But she is worth adding in your collection, especially if you want to wear this to the office and you want to make sure that you're not going to offend anyone. Now, in my opinion, the original, if you wore that to the office, because it's a little bit heavier, you know, you might have someone who might have a problem with the fragrance. I personally, you know, don't think it's an offensive fragrance, but, you know, everyone is different, you know, especially with people with allergies and stuff. But this one, y'all, she's so light that if you wore this to the office, like I said, unless they in your cube and they all up in your business, they're not going to really even smell your sillage. But this is definitely worth you getting your nose on if you've never smelled her. She is beautiful. She is definitely beautiful. But again, she does not have that coconut vibe that the original has. That is replaced with the amber vanilla, in my opinion. Now, I could be totally wrong, but that's just how I've surmised it. But she is a little bit more citrusy than the original, but it is beautiful just the same. Definitely worth you getting your nose on. And like I said, you will have to overspray this one because she is not going to last very long. But while she is blooming, y'all, she is scenting up your immediate little area. Definitely try to get your nose on it if you've not smelled this one before. That is Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. Now this next one, y'all know this is not a Tom Ford haul. I just happen to have only 2 fragrances by the brand. And this next one, y'all, I'm seeing a lot more content creators talking about this particular fragrance this year, but I didn't hear anyone talking about it much at all last year, but she is getting a little bit more attention this year, and that is none other than Soleil Neige. This amber floral fragrance, y'all, is a stunner. Now, for me, this is not just a summertime fragrance. Now, I believe according to the website, this is meant for, well, not necessarily meant, but the way I interpreted it when I read it was that it was meant for cold weather. I wear this year round, y'all. I don't just wear this in the fall, winter. I did actually wear this past winter, and it projected beautifully. Now, was it a huge beast? No, it wasn't, but for the purpose of me wearing it and for what I needed it to do, it was fine. I didn't have any problems with the longevity of it in the cold weather. Now, this one again is another citrus powdery fragrance that is a stunner. And, you know, in my opinion, that is. Oh, this is so pretty. It's in the dry down. It's a little musky. It's a little sweet. This is gorgeous. Have you tried this? Because for me, the amber in this fragrance, y'all, it's so pretty from the top all the way to the bottom. Like, I smell that amber in this fragrance. It is a stunner. This, again, is not something that is going to be a projection beast. They will have to be in your immediate scent bubble in order to smell you. Now, when I wear this, I got about 5 hours out of this fragrance. But again, I layer it the same way I do with any other fragrance, as well as I spray Molecule on top of it to make it project more. Because I find when you spray Molecule on top of your fragrance, it allows that fragrance, the ambroxan in it, allows that fragrance to push through so that people can smell you. So that's why I prefer to use Molecule on fragrances that are not really high in projecting. But this one does not disappoint, y'all. It's a little sweet. It's a little citrusy. Like I said, you smell that amber in this fragrance. She's slightly musky. Oh, but she is stunning. Stunning. If you have not tried Soleil Neige, please try to get your nose on it and let me know what your thoughts are. This, y'all, is a beautiful fragrance that not a lot of people talk about. And it really is worth it. Like, this is a beautiful fragrance. Definitely get your nose on it. Or do you have it? If you do, let me know what your thoughts are, as well as how long does it last for you. Like I said, I'm going to spray Molecule 01 on top of it so that it lasts, but it has never disappointed me. Again, this is something that I would not pull for date night. But again, if I were going to be near water, if I was going to be going to a lunch or a brunch or museum, something outdoors, I would definitely pull for this fragrance. It is beautiful. Now, would I pull for this if I know, like if I were going to a family barbecue? Because she, with the smokiness of the grill and all of that, she's not going to last, y'all. She's not going to be able to fight through all of those elements that, you know, with the smoke from the grill. She can't fight that. She's not meant for that type of outdoors. But if you're doing something easy breezy, like walking near the water or going to a museum or, you know, a boardwalk, something like that, she would be perfect. That is Soleil Neige by Tom Ford. Definitely try to get your nose on it. Now, this next fragrance, y'all, when I got her last summer, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this fragrance because when I initially smelled it, that green note in this fragrance was just a little bit off-putting for me. And it reminds me so very much of Flora Botanica. Now, if you were with me back in December when I started my channel and I hauled Flora Botanica, I said that I wasn't sure if I was going to keep that fragrance because I had it on my shelf for 2 solid years before I could appreciate that green note. And this fragrance is the same, and that is none other than Rose Atlantic by DS and Durga. Y'all, this fragrance is salty, it's a little mossy, it's green. It's listed as a floral aquatic fragrance, and it is. It has a watery note to it, but that green, you see, I got to fan it off because I don't want to put it up to my nose right up at the top because I already know that greenness in this fragrance, that mossiness in the fragrance, I don't care for it too much. Yeah, that green mossiness, but it's a little aromatic, and the rose is like kind of struggling, in my opinion, to fight through that greenness of this fragrance. But when it actually dries down, it really is a beautiful rose fragrance, but you just got to get past that initial green mossiness of the fragrance, in my opinion. Like I said, it is listed as an amber aquatic fragrance. Excuse me, not amber. I talk so much about amber. It's a floral aquatic fragrance, and it is very pretty, but it is green at the top. I don't know if you've ever tried this one, but it does put you in the mind of Flora Botanica. It is beautiful. I promise you, it is beautiful. But I had to get used to that green note. Now, we're all different. We all like what we like. I don't particularly care for like a grassy kind of note, but once I got used to it, I really do like this fragrance, and it's great for hot weather. Like really, it's great for hot weather. When I wore this last summer, like I said, I recently got it, but I haven't really tried to use it because that whole green, that green note was getting to me. But I am going to give her a try and try to put a dent into her for this summer and see how well she plays on my skin this summer. But it did work well last summer when I wore it. It was at the end of the summer when I actually finally pulled it out. But it is a beautiful fragrance. The rose note in this does shine through once that greenness wears off. Now, that green still stays throughout the life of the fragrance, but the rose actually pushes through. And like I said, it is a little aquatic. It is a little salty. It is a little marine-like, but it is aquatic. It's a beautiful fragrance. If you like rose, if you like aquatic, if you like salty fragrances, you'll probably like this fragrance. But if you're not used to those notes, I would definitely suggest you get a sample of this to try it out. This was during my whole blind buy phase last year. So when I purchased this, I really wasn't sure what I was getting. I saw the notes. I thought I was going to like it. So I just hit add to cart. And then when it got here, I was like, oh, what did I buy? But I'm learning to appreciate this fragrance. That is Rose Atlantic by DS and Durga. Definitely get your nose on it. sample it out, and let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Do you even have it? If you have it, please leave me a comment and let me know if you have it in your collection. And that, ladies, brings us to the end of our video for our 12 fragrances that are perfect for this hot summer weather that we are having. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please take this time to like this video, as well as leave me a comment and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you are notified every time I drop new content. Also, what was your scent of the day? I would love to know. Mine was Oud for Happiness by Initio. A beautiful fragrance, citrusy up at the top. Is nothing like Oud for Greatness. Oud for Happiness is a beautiful fragrance. I will be bringing her in another video, but that was my scent of the day. So please let me know what yours was. Like I said, if you leave me a comment, I promise I will respond. And until our next video, y'all take care. And remember, fragrance is a lifestyle. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Y'all take care. Bye now.